Let's be real. When a woman catches your eye and lights something up inside you, it's not just a passing thought, it's electric. You can't help but wonder, how do I make her feel the same way? But instead of standing out, you find yourself stuck in neutral, another guy she talks to but doesn't feel anything for. Here's the hard truth most guys don't want to hear. Grand gestures, expensive gifts, and cheesy pickup lines don't win hearts. They might get a smile, maybe a short flirt, but they don't create that deep pull, that magnetic feeling that makes her want to be around you, think about you, and see you as something real. So what does? It's not luck, it's not looks, it's energy, it's how you carry yourself, how you connect, how you make her feel emotionally seen without trying too hard. And that's something you can learn. This video is your guide to doing exactly that. Not through tricks, not by pretending to be someone you're not, but by becoming the kind of man who naturally draws her in, the one who knows how to show up with purpose, confidence, and real intention. We'll break it down step by step, from leveling yourself up to understanding what makes her heart race, to creating the kind of connection that feels instant but runs deep. If you've ever been the guy who tries hard and still gets nowhere, this is your reset button. Stick with me. The way she sees you is about to change, fast. If you want to win a woman's heart fast, start by turning the focus inward. Attraction begins with perception, and how she sees you is directly tied to how you see yourself. You can't expect her to feel drawn to you if you're not actively working on becoming someone you're proud of. Let's be clear, self-improvement isn't about faking perfection or becoming someone you're not. It's about elevating who you already are. It starts with your physical presence. No, you don't need six-pack abs or designer clothes, but you do need to show you care about how you present yourself. Grooming, posture, the way you dress, these things matter. They're visual cues that speak before you ever open your mouth. Beyond appearance, confidence is built by what you do when she's not around. Are you chasing goals, developing skills, trying new things? Women are instinctively drawn to men who are moving forward in life. A man with purpose gives off a kind of magnetic momentum. It says, I'm not standing still, and if you come with me, you're going somewhere. And let's not forget emotional strength. Are you reactive, insecure, easily rattled, or do you move through life with calm, collected energy? When you walk into a room, do people feel grounded around you or like you're trying too hard to impress? That subtle vibe makes all the difference. The best part? This shift doesn't take months. The moment you start investing in yourself, mentally, physically, emotionally, you start radiating a different energy. She might not be able to name it, but she'll feel it, and that shift can be the spark that opens the door. Before we dive into the next part on emotional intelligence and deeper connection, I'd love your support. I'm on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers, and your click makes a real difference. If this video is already helping you see things differently, hit that subscribe button and stay in the loop for more. All right, let's keep going. Confidence and appearance might get her attention, but emotional intelligence is what keeps it. If you want her to feel something deep and fast, you have to connect with more than just her eyes. You need to reach her mind and heart, and the only way to do that is by understanding her on an emotional level. Most guys talk at women. They fill the air with stories, jokes, or accomplishments, but they rarely pause long enough to really hear her. Emotional intelligence flips that dynamic. It's about being present, tuned in, and capable of reading the unspoken signals, her body language, her tone, her energy shifts. Start by becoming a better listener, not just nodding along, but actually paying attention to what she's saying and what she's not saying. Ask questions that go beneath the surface. Instead of, how was your day? Try, what made you laugh today? Or what challenged you this week? Then sit with her answers. Don't jump in to solve anything, just hold space. That ability to be still and truly see her creates an emotional bond. It tells her you're safe, that you're not just trying to get something from her, you're genuinely interested in who she is. Empathy plays a huge role here too. If she shares something personal, validate it. Even if you don't agree, acknowledge her perspective. That makes sense, or I can see why that would upset you goes further than 1,000 compliments. And here's the magic. When she feels emotionally seen, her guard drops. She lets you in, and when you're in emotionally, physical attraction follows naturally. It's no longer about trying to impress her, it's about being the man she wants to open up to. Build that emotional bridge and her heart won't just open, it'll lean toward you fast. The way you communicate can either build desire or destroy it. A lot of men underestimate just how much their words and how they use them impact a woman's perception. If you want her to feel something real, your communication needs to be clear, confident, and intentional. Start by dropping the vague behavior. Don't dance around your interest. Women are incredibly intuitive. They pick up on the subtext. If you like her, don't bury it under passive friendliness. You don't need to come on too strong, but subtle, honest signals matter. Say things like, I like talking with you. You've got this vibe that's hard to ignore. That kind of statement plants a seed. It's bold, but respectful. But communication isn't just about flirtation, it's about authenticity. Say what you mean and mean what you say. If you're inconsistent, if you ghost and come back, if your energy constantly shifts, she'll sense it. That unpredictability doesn't make you mysterious, it makes you unreliable. And trust, it grows through consistency, not confusion. Learn to speak with intent. If you ask her questions, don't just ask out of habit, ask because you want to know. Let your curiosity drive the conversation. And when you share something about yourself, go deeper than surface level. Talk about the things that drive you. Let her hear your perspective, your humor, even your flaws. That openness builds a real connection. Also, don't underestimate silence. Being comfortable with pauses without rushing to fill them is a sign of confidence. It tells her you're secure in your presence, not desperate to perform. And finally, set the tone with respect. That doesn't mean being overly formal or stiff. It means showing that you value her time, her thoughts, and her space. It's the mix of honesty, boldness, and maturity that sets you apart. Talk like a man who knows what he wants. Because when your words carry clarity, she listens, and more importantly, she remembers. If you want a woman to fall for you fast, make sure you're doing more than just talking. Create moments she'll remember. Shared experiences are one of the most underrated ways to deepen a connection. They build emotional momentum, fast-track trust, and spark chemistry without forcing it. Why does this work? Because people bond through doing, not just discussing. When you share new experiences, you anchor emotions to those moments. And if she's feeling good, excited, or inspired in your presence, those emotions become attached to you. This doesn't mean you need to plan some epic, over-the-top adventure. In fact, the more personal and thoughtful the activity, the better. Suggest something different, a sunset walk through a part of town she's never seen, trying an unusual dish together, or visiting a hidden bookstore or vintage shop. The key is novelty. When you experience something new with her, it breaks routine and builds a small story between you two. You also create a space where barriers naturally fall. Doing something side by side, rather than sitting face to face, takes pressure off the conversation and allows connection to unfold organically. It's in those quiet, in-between moments when you're laughing over a failed attempt at salsa dancing, and don't forget small, thoughtful surprises, sending her a funny meme that reminds you of an inside joke, grabbing her favorite snack without her asking, or inviting her to something she casually mentioned. Those gestures hit harder than any pickup line ever will. They say, I listen, I care, I pay attention. These shared moments start building a narrative in her mind. She doesn't just see you as a guy she talks to, she sees you as part of her life. That shift, from casual to connected, is what makes her heart open faster than you'd expect. Attraction thrives in balance. Get too close too fast and you risk suffocating the spark. Stay too distant, and the connection fades before it starts. The real key to winning a woman's heart quickly and keeping it is learning how to balance closeness with independence. Respect starts with how you treat her choices, time, and voice. If she shares her opinions, don't dismiss them or try to dominate the conversation. Hear her out, even if you don't agree. Showing respect doesn't mean pretending she's always right. It feels like you have nothing else going on. That's not attractive. It's off-putting. True confidence shows when you can care about her deeply without losing your sense of direction. Keep building your own path. Stay committed to your work, your health, your passions. Let her see that she's a meaningful addition to your life, not the entire center of it, and don't chase. Chasing creates imbalance. Instead, invite her in, show interest, make space, but leave room for her to come closer on her own terms. That autonomy tells her she's with someone who doesn't need her to feel whole, and that's exactly what makes her want to be around you more. Healthy independence also protects you from emotional chaos. If she needs space, give it. If things don't go your way, stay grounded. When a man can remain composed, calm, and focused even when emotions run high, he sends a powerful signal. He's not here to control, he's here to connect. That balance between presence and self-respect. That's where real attraction takes root. Winning a woman's heart fast doesn't mean rushing her or overwhelming her. It means creating the kind of emotional environment where connection happens naturally and quickly. It's not about pressure, it's about presence. Every move you make, every conversation you have, every moment you share, it either brings her closer or keeps you forgettable. Let's recap what sets you apart from the rest. You've learned how to invest in yourself, how to approach her with emotional awareness, how to communicate clearly without fear, how to create meaningful experiences, and how to maintain your independence while still being intentional. That's not a checklist, that's a lifestyle, a mindset, a completely different energy from what most guys bring. And here's something we haven't talked about yet: consistency. Fast connection doesn't come from intensity alone. It comes from reliability. You don't need to be flashy or constantly entertaining. You just need to be solid. If she can count on your vibe, your words, your presence, it builds emotional safety, and that's when attraction deepens almost overnight. Now, let me ask you something. Which of the 6 parts we talked about today felt the most powerful to you? Was it emotional intelligence, the part about shared experiences, or maybe something in how you balance closeness with your own freedom? I want to hear your take. Drop it in the comments. Your thoughts could help another guy on the same path. If this video sparked anything real for you, an insight, a moment of clarity, or just a feeling like, damn, this is what I needed, then do me a favor, hit that like button, and subscribe if you want more content that doesn't sugarcoat the truth but gives you tools that actually work. Thanks for watching. Thanks for caring enough to grow. And remember, the right woman doesn't need to be convinced. She just needs to feel it. Your job is to become the kind of man who naturally creates that feeling. Until next time, stay intentional, stay grounded, and don't just chase her heart.